Had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days, they outweigh my bad days. So I won't complain. I've had some good days. Had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days, they outweigh my bad days. So I won't complain. I've had some good days. Had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days, they outweigh my bad days. So I won't complain. I've had some good days. Had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days, they outweigh my bad days. So I won't complain. I've had some good days. Had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days.
The audacity for the not for the custom grant. Favors for the stranger for the be free. They're here. The proposal for the I am never too late. The strength is not the anger for the hatred, or the standing alone for the see the things as they wait for the main. Priority right in now is to define the life in the back and track for this to be the best version of me for the forgotten, for the believe out for for the begging for the what's left to you to be desired, for this to be the sweet taste. This is summer song. Of the name that you can call it recall. Where the silence dress and the mercy kept me with to keep me warm, for the learn to see the way the perks for this to be the edible enough of the bones to cliche, for this to click with the self defense and the quicker the broader the breath. Breathe that this a bit more complex, this is hard to read. Whether because you aren't accustomed to the style, whether this will be the when you fired over the questions in my head, for the seated through my heart, whatever goes by from the side of my head, for the mind battle, for the collapsing of the moon. Widen for the crevices in your heart, for the glory, the slowly descending of the I think the sound is the sea, the healing of it because of that will lead me to the healing of the rhythm. Inhale and exhale for the silver over the disappointed clarity of the feeling of war. Memory and difference in the holding a quarter plug with the full intention for the finding the outlet for the simply tripping over the vision and placing the scan for the heat, the sharp of the glass of the bruising of the unseen. Underworld attire for the dancer who dancing through the grief. This is where the underworld for the differently of the through the wounds and the warning and the skipping and the stones and the not felt for the undoing of the ship. The words are gone for the standing of the hallway. I'm the version of myself for this to be the mind. The trap, the arguing, the enjoying the time and the strangling of me for the divided by the wall for the silhouette for the shadow here for the hate for the tyrant of the heart. Acceptance refused and not defined and continue and hiding away for the living what's to say for this thing. Unmade, but it didn't know with the you for the laughing sounded roar, with the hands that grew heavy, and with the skin that could be eye for enough of the life to take care of the for the relevant for the creating yourself for the brothers, I think that's cool for the heaven, safe for the dreading, and I can hear for the whispers of the spring before me, running the page of the bridling into the dark of the stretching, veins of the fire that's taking up the reins, words of the soft spoken vocal for this, the pages that knew for the words so loud, for the voices so low, for the loud messages and you're finding out groove for the quiet storm for the mind for the dead, for the silence to guys with your thoughts and the inner voice of the air, for never spoken for the speaking in every tone. Charming to surrender for your eyes and have no words, and this would be the word. And my horse for the words, never say the word out loud for the mind for the arrival, for the understanding of the waiting period. Prepare for your success for the generation of your trauma, for that you can have the sugar with the dead. And find those first and then embarrassing and have the and I edit over your revising of it, you're changing words so much of the original message dies and you read this and congratulate yourself for this. Damn it, you would lose yourself for this and find the choose peace. This is not knowing that you find a sword in your conversation, realize the nature for the end of discussion. Empty definitely find a next enough of this world for the elate for this be the teaching of the deformity for the deep and half you're not for the heart and most of that. Betrayal for the rage of bills and this is perfect. The skeleton for your young and the horror, the torturous and the cruelty for the force of the nature for the this is sad. Eventually you find into the place and came back to yourself and find it. Build your life for the simply with joys and the turning for the dreading gloom for the beautiful gloom and the light you find the sitting upon yourself. Or you rather be the card player for this, it didn't show up with the dip and a half of the real life and the songs are more beautiful enough than all around and sing the song. Dark days and made me open the blinds and never the sunlight from wherever you think of her. You can find her turning the tunnel for the aesthetic across the room. Watch that beautiful beginning and the end. The pit, the splash me to the pool for the drain for the city with the sand and scatter your all around the top of the edge. Like the soft valleys of the mountains empty the flowers and get the perfume lingers on the day of the moon. Need to feel alive for the weight of the water from the beach of the splash and me. This be the cold feeling of the warmth and the insight. Proposition for the slipping of the black mirror for you and that the singer for the promising for the for the be forever for the future for the present for the lines will be colliding up with another for the resilience and tolerate with it all manage. This is what I find in others are the secrets of to get yourself in the half of that for the further you go for the too late for the you might have to vanish to stay unspoken for the joking about it. Or a smashing enough of the way they line to someone for the stars of weaving you to your flimsy for the fraying of fabrics. The will for the rise of the business, this will be the reborn Osiris with your Venus and Ash. Skies smolder over the vales are scorched by the summer for the shaft of the shift over your performers over your gold with the copper.
small hours of the morning, when the whole wide world is fast asleep, you lie awake, dream about, never ever think of counting sheep. When you're lonely, always learning lessons. You'd be hers if only she would call. In the wee small hours as the
Piles of these old seasoning with the unsolicited for the back again, for the wind against the back door, for the traffic closed my eyes and never closed. My mind was in the wrong place for the longing for what's dwelling on the learning where they learned from, for that you didn't have to solve for the not the answer for what is then. Pain only hurts if you let it. You find the stinging loss of the wound so deep, the rotten milk holds the voice of this notes, this finds capable, whatever you didn't know what the letter yourself forgot, but this at least applied to do. Memories are all well, the half of this and forward, so over the bloodshed. Where am I? Fine, trying to really get another week. It felt like for the blink of an eye. I will from faith to love for the head to cough, for the hands up, for the opening hour, for the pain for the heart will be laced with it. I got the taste of that for piece of you, for the shadow of the million pieces of the love. The single life for the cast of the endless shadow, for the made mistakes, for the truth, for the care, life for this be a candle for the burning, and the life for the stair to become too dim to have to be relive. Bound for the reunion, for the longing hand, for the sweet reunion, for the humanity entwined heart. There's a heart to bound for one. The light behind yourself at the eyelids, the purple veins flicker for the delicate storms of the gathering, and the eyes carry the light. You're right in front of you for the clock out, for then once you put the occupation in, for the you give me the complexity for the symbol. Turbulent seas of the unseen dreams of the constancy, the sickness and fear, the happiness to be the daily duality. Turbulence is merely the sea breeze of the magnitude by the measure for the inconsistent throughout the fine, small, timid, but the simple. Learn to write for the silence and not carry the screams and engulf that under the sprout for the feelings and the complexities and simple under the mind and sometimes that. Vineyard the layer souls of the field, find the lines across the hills, the countryside slope, the juicy truth, and find the glow, the rising of the rosy line. The green glow fill the air, the save the haze of find the pronounced depth, and now for the non-judgmental for the gaze of the quiet breath of this now and then slow. Knows now for the day will bring the music the stars, the rhythmic with the beat for the pulling forward into the dancing feet, for the distant beat, the bass beat, vibrate for the blue souls and heal the happy hunger. The light simplified for the dawn will come, twirling and swaying across the inside the south, the leaving the heaven, the thoughts unbound for the no future plans, and the regrets of the past, live for the present, for the moments in the meaning, the truly lies of the wind and whispers of comfort. Soft green embracing racing lines and this edge deeper upon the face of this is solving, but it truly heal for the audacity to know the real over the edge of the happily half to feel. Shadows creep the truth and begin to rise, and the chilling, the whisper behind the laughing eyes. This will be the time to wish this time. Silent in the aching plea for the fading away, for the simple seed to be, for the music swell, for the wave upon the shore, to push it back to the darkness and the cold. Another token, another piece of spin. The reason to not give it the right end for the dancing hard now, for the desperate. Frantically now to lose myself in the ecstasy for the sweat, slick to the skin, for the life to begin to blur, for everything is a better one, for the lucky honor, for the tangled mess, and I can find a knot into the frame. Frame thread for the better to left untangled, for the better left unsaid, for the dancer smoking up the rhythm guided, for the leaving all reminded, for the aching of the feeling, the pushing inside. The night wind in the musical fade, and I left the music finding face another day, for this speak I was a unique belief, for me I believe, for this is where I had to find what it seems a forgotten dream, for this just a body, or just a body moving for the way this note, so free for the loss of the music, for your jams just to be me for the moment, for the mind, and take the fight for the place of the pure joy for the body. Music flows to the asphalt for the save, for the save, the say, the great confetti for the bloom, for the worn out the jeans in the familiar room, for the season with the grief, for the hazy burden, for you, the shadows and blanching in the room, or the banishing gloom, or the surrender to the heat, or the let the wash away, for the bitter defeat, for the guilt, for the kitchen, for the salt, for the glow, for the living, the steps, and I go for the comes of the turn, for the ever again, I go for the whisper, for the ring, limpness, flow, for the what you ought to be, for this affair. Or etched in eternity for the weapons, the rhythm for the breathing, for the cry, for the hummingbird, with escaping the gravity, for the bass, for the drums, the pulse, for the mirroring of the heart. A fragile engine for the playing of its own part, for the ignoring of the cracks in the fine pain, glowing with the darkness of that can really tearing me apart from its wrists and its weight. Fragile will to be thankful for giving in the depths of the future for the future who wants to bring in emotion now. A silent joyful swing and the memory sleeps to the hope to begin sing for another token to the door for the call for the call for the call for the days for the haze and live for another reason to prolong the days and the nights and go dancing the smoking waves. The way for the life, for the dismay, for the disbelief, tomorrow for the despair will bite, for the shadows to lift me over the morning light, for those hours of the bathing in the neon, I can find I lost the sound. Everything's alright, but the song's building higher, for the lifting of love and the constant for the absence of the true love of the known, fear for the black, the gentle shout of the melody for the speech of the strength. Peace sent from above, the floorboards creep with the whisper of the beat. Reprimanding for the ignoring of the wonderland, for the solitary dancer with the promised land for the weak, for the this to be held in my head for the night grows and the right of the stars to skip. Trimming under the way for the brick. Piles of these old seasons, seasoning for the unsolicited, for the back again, for the wind against the back door, for the giraffe that's closed my eyes and never closed. My mind was in the wrong place for the longing for what's dwelling on the learning of the learned from, but that you didn't have to solve for the not the answer for what is then. Pain only hurts if you let it, for you find the stinging loss of the wound so deep, for the rotten milk, the close the voice of this notes, this finds take it, but if you didn't know to let it yourself and God, but this at least applied to you. Memories are all well to have for this and for it's over the bloodshed. Fine, trying to really for the never to be felt like for the blinking of an eye. I will for the fate, the blood for the head, the cough, the nose, the hiccup, and then for the opening hour for the pain for the heart will be laced with it. You had to taste it every piece of you for the shadow and the million pieces in the garden. A single life for the cast of the end, the shadow for the men made mistakes for the truth for the cat, the light for this be a candle for the burning and the light for the stair to become too dim to have to be relit. A bound for the reunion, for the longing hand, for the sweet reunion, for the demanding of the twine heart. There's a heart to bound for one. A light in behind yourself for the eyelids, the purple veins flicker for the delicate storms of the gathering, and the eyes carry the light. It would be right in front of you for the clock out, for the once you put the occupation in, for the you can be the complexity for the simple. Turbulent seas of the unseen dreams of the constant sea, the sickness and feel, for the happiness to be the daily duality. Turbulence is mirrored in the sea breeze and the magnitude by the measure for the inconsistent throughout the fine small timid but the temple. You learn to write for the silence and not carry the screams and engulf that under the sprout for the feelings and over the complexities to simple only the mind that sometimes doubt. The vineyard of the layered souls of the veil to find the lies across the hills, the countryside slope that just drew to find the rising of the erosion line. The green glows fill the air for the state the haze behind to find the pronounced depth and now for the non-judgmental for the gaze of the quiet breath of this down the deepest slope. But he knows now for the day will bring the music, the stars, the rhythmic for the beat, for the pulling forward into the dancing feet, for the this will be the bass vibrate for the through the souls and he'll be happy hum. Life simplified for the dawn will come, twirling and swaying across the inside the south, for the leaving the heavenly thoughts unbound, for the no future plans and the regrets of the past, for the present, for the moments of the minute, the truly lies and the wind and whispers of comfort. Soft green embrace raising lines and this edge deeper upon the face of this is solving over the truly healed, for the this will be the no real for the edge of the happily half fulfilled. Shadows creep, the truth will begin to rise, and the shilling, the whisper behind the laughing eyes, and this